Quapaw Canoe Company is dedicated to sharing the great beauty of the Mississippi River, in specific the lower Mississippi River, which is the last 1,000 miles of the biggest river in North America.
Flooded all night long.
Quapaw Canoe Company is a canoe company which helps underprivileged kids in Clarksdale find their way. Basically, we bring them in and teach them canoe ethics, which in turn teaches them character, discipline, work ethic, and it gives them the confidence to follow their path in life.
40 nights, the rain came tumbling down.
Everything we do in this company, from A to Z, is all somehow falls underneath that a mission of sharing the beauty and the wildness and substance that comes out of experience, human experience in human-powered vessels such as canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddleboards on the Mississippi River.
The forest flooded, a deer with nowhere to run, men with their tractors growling, their troubles just begun. I'm the riverman.
Let's point at the top.
First of all, we're not tour guides. We're river guides. These tours that we go on, they're not the same thing. They're customized. Basically, whoever you are, wherever you want to go, that's what we do. So it's never the same, so we can't call them tours.
One thing we are trying right now is trying to recruit people in. We're trying to share our views of the river with other people, try to get them to come out and see that it's not a dangerous place. And a lot of people, especially in this environment here, like they say, I'd never go on the river because it's too dangerous, or it's really nothing out there but muddy water.
The river guides are basically, like I said, we're just a vessel. We're putting you in a situation to be introduced to one of the greatest natural muse or just phenomenal in the world. I mean, and it just has a way with people. It has a way of bringing out their natural instincts, and they become refocused, figure out what's important.
Show your manners. Sit down. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. This is Quapaw Canoe Company. We started here in 1998, and I lived in this location we call the Cave since 1991. When I came here, this building was inhabited by a bar and a hairdresser, an antique shop, video store, and a big wood shop. And kind of like the turtles on the side of the river, we outlasted everyone just by sheer patience. And over the duration of 25 years, Quapaw has come to inhabit this entire building. And this is one of our maps. We love maps. This is a depiction, a watercolor depiction of the lower Mississippi River, which starts here where the Ohio River comes from Pittsburgh and runs down almost 1,000 miles down to the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the head of passes, the Southwest Pass, South Pass, and the Pass de la Houte. Here's New Orleans, Pontchartrain, Baton Rouge, Vicksburg, Memphis, Little Rock, and here we are in this fertile, golden strip of land known as the Mississippi Delta. And this is what brought me to the Mississippi River was something like that map on the wall. When I was a kid growing up, I've always been a map lover. I'd spend many hours just studying maps of America and maps of the world. And the blue line just of the Mississippi River and the shape of it, you know, curling away through the middle of the country, just always attracted my attention. So it was really just the curiosity about what that meandering blue line was. And then in high school, my best friend and I honors English class, and we studied Huck Finn, you know, the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. We decided that we weren't going to college, we were going to go to the Mississippi River and build a raft, and that was going to be our continuing education, you know, our higher education. Well, actually, when I first came to Mississippi, it was on the Mississippi River, and I was on a raft trip, and I ended up just thrown ashore on a desolate island on the northern part of the Mississippi Delta, and so really I was born out of I mean, I almost died, and I was born really on this experience on the river. The Mississippi River brought me to Mississippi, to the state of Mississippi, but actually to Clarksdale. I came here later in 1991 with a guitar and a backpack, looking for someone to teach me to play the blues. I was led to a guy named Johnny Billington, Mr. Johnny Billington. He's since passed away, but he was a master blues musician who made it his life's commitment to share the blues, teach kids, mostly young black kids from the neighborhoods, how to play the blues. But every once in a while, someone would come along like me, and he would take anyone in and spend some time with them if anyone had any interest. So when I showed up with my guitar in my hands and asked him if he would teach me to play some blues, he said, "Yes, but you got to put that guitar away. And here, come over here and sit down here." I don't know how to play this thing. Put me down in front of the drum, you know. Okay, pat your foot here and hit this here and tap this here. And, and that was the beginning of my training with Mr. Johnny. I spent 2 years studying with him.
You know what a perfect foul looks like?
The Mighty Quapaw apprenticeship program pretty much coincided with the beginning of the canoe company in 1998, when I started building canoes and taking people on the river. From the very beginning, when I was out back here taking logs and carving them into canoes and swinging these sharp tools, and then putting those canoes on trailers, and then driving them out to the river, or maybe paddling here on the Sunflower River, and you can see the water drops of a paddler and the sun reflecting off their blade from a long way away. Any kid standing on the shore is going to be, they're going to look downstream. They're going to, what is, there's that motion and these repeated flashes of light, it catches your attention. By and by, kids started coming and just hanging out by wherever I was carving a canoe or paddling them on the water. And sooner or later, someone would ask, "Hey," start asking questions, "What are you doing?" And then eventually one of them gets brave enough, "You ask him." "No, you ask. Go, you ask him." "Can I try that?" And then eventually, yeah, and they're hooked, So the things we do just naturally attract kids.
One thing is to bring kids to the river and to teach them things in nature, like survival skills, if you might say, but also it teaches them there's something else out there after high school.
Well, the Mighty Quapaws began in Clarksdale, Mississippi at the headquarters. It's a program that the kids that are involved with it develop into paddlers on the river, and then they go from paddler to guide. And we brought it over from Clarksdale to Helena.
They come here from 4 to 5:30, Monday to Thursday, and pretty much we just working with them hands-on with carving out canoes. Now that's on Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesday and Thursday we actually take them out on the river.
I mean, even when I'm working with the kids, I'm still learning about the canoes. As you can see in the progress of our canoes, They've gotten a lot better, a lot prettier, and they're going to get even better, So the key is for the kids to have the hands-on experience.
We use a code of ethics called the 3 R's, which is respect of yourself, respect of others, and respect of the river.
And once they get over their fear of the river and they're used to paddling, then we expect that in the future they're going to pass that on to their own children, and eventually they'll become more and more people that love getting out on that Mississippi River.
You were asking about Johnny Billington, Mr. Johnny, and actually he is as important as anything towards the creation of the Mighty Quapaw Apprenticeship Program. He showed me how it is that you can take something that is we're sharing, like the blues or like canoe building, and break it down into the simple skills that are involved along the way, and teach from the very basics, from tapping your foot and keeping a beat with your hand on the snare. He was really an inspiration for me in how to do that with the young men and women who used to show up at my doorstep wanting to learn to carve a canoe. Because I just used Mr. Johnny method. I taught them how to learn how to build a canoe in very simple steps. Yeah, that came directly from my experience with him when I was learning to play the blues.
It gives them an opportunity to work with the apprenticeship program and become guides if they like, and stay home in their hometown and guide on the Mississippi River. Or, like a lot of them, eventually they'll find their path and they'll go do other things. We have kids become firemen, we have them become writers, and that's what it's all about, giving them something more after high school.
People get involved with it and paddle, and we've got two that are involved with it have become guides for us here. They provide guiding from Helena. Before OJ and Roy, if somebody wanted to go on a guided trip, we had to bring somebody from Clarksdale to do it. And now we're a full service entity over here. We've got, two great guides. It's really like having two of the KIP school kids go on and lead the way for the ones coming behind them.
I think that kids here are not exposed to a wide variety of opportunities. I think that a lot of our education focuses on the academics and specifically state tested subjects, and that doesn't give students a lot of room to explore their interests a little more outside of the core subject areas. I think that what they're trying to do with the youth here is something that people need to take note of. Teaching the kids about the river, they're teaching them about the history, how it relates to their lives as Mississippians, as Clarksdalians. The changes that are happening in Clarksdale are partly because of what Quapaw is doing.
Going on my 8th year, started when I was 12. Meeting John was a change in my life because, like I said, he taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know. So yeah, that's the biggest change. He taught me things that I didn't know, and I would have never known if I would have never met John. So
We asked to teach them leadership skills, which is very important in life, teamwork, building skills. Most everything we do here is they can relate in their normal life.
Just show them there's a different way of being. You can be yourself, and to believe in yourself, and work hard while you're doing it, because if you continue to work hard, you're always going to land on your feet.
The goals of the apprenticeship program are to help young men and women grow up to live a happy life and to be able to get along good with other people and be good citizens and take care of their rivers.
John Ruskey, our leader, has really put a lot of his personality into this. And part of his personality is he's a very optimistic, good-hearted person. We are constantly complimenting them on what a good job they're doing, if they deserve it. But we don't say you're doing a bad job. We say you could do it better, and here's how. There's a lot of love involved with this, and nobody gets involved with this that doesn't love children and love the outdoors and feel good about helping people improve themselves.
Yeah, John, he a good guy, giving guy, caring guy, and actually I see him as a father figure to me, so just like another father to me, like a good father figure. So
John Rusky is a very different guy. He's a very good leader, good teacher. He always have a positive mind, even when things seem to go wrong. Like the other day, we was on the river, and we got kind of in a tight spot with the barges. He's like, right, we can do it. Like, that's the kind of attitude John has. His view of the river is amazing. You know, he's a outstanding guy. Anything you need to ask him about the river, anything you need to know, he can answer. Like, he knows everything about the river pretty much.
John Rusky, where do I start? He is a leader of leaders. He's able to deal with many situations at once and still come out gracefully. And I think that's the key, because he gives us all a good attitude. I think he gives us the same rapport that he has with nature.
John is like a brilliant artist in so many ways, and he like brings that to his work, and like how inspired he is about the river and about like nature and everything. He brings that to like how he educates people.
He's mapped the whole Mississippi River system pretty much. It's cool. It's really cool.
Every day is a new day, and every day I wake up and feel like it's the first day of the rest of my life. And every day I wake up and I want to see what's going on that river. The river for me is life. It's the place that I feel peace and the most happy and at ease and connected and in harmony with myself and other people and the world. It's really like heaven on earth, or maybe it's like earth and heaven, I don't know. Our greatest hopes is that the mighty Quapaws will grow up to be good citizens and have successful and satisfied lives, and will have the skills to overcome any challenge that comes their way, and be interesting people and interested in other people, and live a peaceful and happy life wherever they go.
We're hoping that the Quapaws continue this on once we're gone. You know, I'm going to be here for a while, but when we're gone, I'm hoping that the Quapaws continue our quest to continue to bring people to the river, to protect the river, and to keep this going.
Well, I just like to be remembered as someone who cared and helped other people see the beauty. You know, if we, in the end, 100 years from now, turn the whole Mississippi Valley back into forest, well, that would be the greatest thing I could ever hope for.
Ooh.